Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Rashard with Crypto Loaners, and I wanted to do an update. It's been a bit since I've actually had a chance to do an update. I've been super busy lately, and I want to try to get back on a regular schedule. So I'm going to do a combo update for Davor and LendConnect in this video. Um, Both of which have been doing well. Davor's been doing okay. LendConnect's been amazing, killing it still. We'll see how things progress, and I'll get into that in a bit. We'll stick to talking about Davor for now. After the BitConnect fiasco, which I'm not going to go into here, I'm sure you guys have seen tons of videos and discussions about that whole scenario. Davor right now is the current #1 lending platform in the game. And I hope that they stay alive long enough for me to get my money out. Hopefully they stay alive forever, but who knows? I mean, these platforms are high risk, high reward, I guess, and hopefully they'll be around long enough for everyone to get their money out. And longer. Like, I hope it never stops, and that people will hopefully be proven wrong as far as these being a Ponzi scheme or something of that nature. That being said, you can see here that the interest rates have been okay. Like, we've had some really good days here, like this 1.76% was a really good day, but we've had a couple that have been below 1, so it all averages out to being a decent return. My initial investment was $120, and currently the total interest that I've got is 28. It's kind of weird if you actually look at how if you look at the setup here, when you do the auto reinvest with them, it's kind of odd how they lock your system. So it does this thing where it says this is locked, and once it hits $10, it'll do another one of these amounts, which I will then also continuously add interest into and continue accruing money in. Once you do the auto reinvest, important keynote, it doesn't look like there's a way to turn that off. So from now until I get my money out, it's just going to continually auto reinvest this money, which if I wanted to start pulling money out, that's where things get a bit tricky, and I almost wish I don't know if I'd probably, because I started with the $120, which is an amount that if I lost it, it's not that it isn't a lot of money. For some people that's a lot of money. For me, it was a decent amount of money where I could just say, if I lost it, I wouldn't get emotional about it. So I'm glad I used that amount, just because in the event that something goes wrong with this platform, like it did with BitConnect, $120 gone, not a huge deal. Hopefully I wind up gaining a lot more by the time my contract ends, but that's quite a ways away, as you can see there, because I went with the extended amount of time to gain that extra 0.1%. So LendConnect doing okay, Davor is doing okay. Hopefully they stay doing okay. LendConnect is killing it completely for me. They've been doing 5% a day. This is the last day that they're supposed to be doing 5%. And actually, the funny thing is, if I go to my lending wallet, the 21st was supposed to be the last day that they did 5%. And I don't know, maybe it's the way they credited things, because it does say date 1/21/2018, but the day I actually got paid was the 22nd. I still got the 5%. We'll see what it is tomorrow. This is supposed to, I guess, be the last day of the hard 5%. They claim that they will give between 1.5 and 5% every single day. I've reinvested every single day, and if you look, my first reinvestment was at $70, and I had compounded interest every single day of 5.1% because of that 0.1 bonus for having more than $1,000. And that compounded 5% interest every day now means that up to today with 5%, I got $111. So it's a pretty big jump in a short amount of time, because as you can see, that was the 22nd for today. The first day was the 13th, so it hasn't even been a full 10 days, and my reinvestment amounts have gone up to by $40, which is just an insane amount. If you actually look at my contract now, my contract, I started out at 1,400. And the reality is, and the funny thing is that because of how the coin price works, like the coin today is at 730. I bought the coin at $3, but because the exchange wasn't working properly at that point, they valued the coin for me at $5. So even though I put in $1,000, they valued my $1,000 at $1,400 as the investment. And with the $1,400 investment, from the 12th through the 20, today being the 22nd, and that day I didn't get a reinvestment. But anyway, $1,400 being put into that day. 10 days later, my value is now at $2,300. So, and yeah, you can see the start there and all of the reinvestments that occurred during that time period to bring me to where we are today, at the $2,300 mark. The interesting thing about LendConnect, and granted, the market has taken a huge dip since I invested with everything. Like I think Bitcoin was probably at 1,500 when I did the investment, and now today it's at 10. So everything's tanked. The LendConnect token is down to $7.29. At one point, at its highest, it was at 40. And the interesting thing is, had I taken that $1,000 and just bought the token at that time, and then turned around and sold just the token at its peak of 40, I'd actually had a profit right now of I would have made $12,000 in total, so I'd have profited $11,000 just by buying and selling, and not have to wait for my contract to expire to kind of get my money. I'm glad I'm in this platform, but it kind of makes me think about my strategies going forward, as far as maybe I should look at ICOs, which I am actually doing. I invested in a few different ICOs with a small amount, and I'm going to try to see if I can get in quickly and then sell quickly, and I'll let you know how those turn out. I've invested in HedgeConnect, EMC coin, and FICO coin. Each of those I put roughly a little over $100 to $150 into, and we'll see how that turns out. I'll let you guys know over time as things get closer to those turning into something that's viable, where the platforms will actually be usable. And all of those are lending platforms, all three of those platforms. And I'll probably have different videos on those ICOs later, and maybe show you exactly what I'm doing in them, and then we'll see how it turns out in the end, because these lending platforms are definitely very high risk. They're high reward, but they're definitely high risk, and I'm kind of wondering if the strategy of actually using them, because you don't know if they're going to be around, and you hope that they will, but you don't know if they're going to be around, will pan out. If you want to sign up, I've got affiliate links that you can join in. It does help me out. I'm not adverse to that at all, obviously, but I don't want anyone to invest more than they can afford, or more than they're willing to lose. Because you don't know what's going to happen. Like my brother was asking me yesterday and talking to me about things, and I was like, well, I know that you don't have a lot of money right now, so I don't know if you should try getting into one of these type of things, because you don't have a lot that you can actually lose. So, look at this stuff, take it with a grain of salt. If you want to join me, that's great, especially with LendConnect. So with LendConnect right now, if you guys want to join and you want to join under me, I'm thinking about having a contest with people with referrals. Like if you actually, like right now I do have one referral, though this person hasn't actually done anything yet, I think, with his account. So whoever actually does join, subscribe, and actually use the platform, I probably will send some LendConnect tokens to. I haven't decided what the amount's going to be yet, or if it'll be multiple people. I have to think about that still. But if you want to get in on that, sign up now. As I do my update videos and think about it more, I'll let you guys know. So, all right, thank you guys very much. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. And I will have more updates for you soon.